yeah, I guess I should do that.
The meeting is being recorded by the
me.
By the ant. Oh man, it's been a week.
Has it?
Yeah, I mean, at least for me, it's been a week
already.
Yeah. So far.
You know what? I could believe it.
Yeah. Got a little bit to catch up on. This is a nice episode start. We haven't been able to do this in a while, but this is a nice, just like, we can actually have a pre-credits or pre-intro.
Yeah.
Like, every single one.
It says you're streaming Valorant. I just want to let you know that.
I really...
Twitch hates you.
It's not even Twitch. It's literally the Streamlabs program where I manually change it, and then it doesn't send that information to Twitch. Like,
Twitch is like, nah, man, he's playing Valorant.
I was playing Valorant a little bit. We'll get into that later in the podcast. But until then, now that we're talk shows and podcasts, how you doing, man? How you doing? What's going on in life? How's life been?
I am all right, yo. You already know.
Oh yeah, the Nintendo thing today. That
Listen, we have plenty of time to get to that.
I love how you have the Nintendo sweatshirt on too.
It was. I felt like it was necessary. It was applicable to what happened today.
Nintendo Direct comes out, gives you something you've been asking for technically years now.
Years.
And then you just got to be the walking billboard. Like, they did it.
They did it
for me.
They did the thing.
Which is ironic compared to my hoodie.
Yeah, right.
With what they announced.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they did a thing too. It's one of those things where, like, I wouldn't say like it was banger after banger on the Nintendo thing. And we'll get into it in detail, of course, going forward. But they gave me, like, what they gave me was so big for me personally. Like, oh, well, it's a fantastic Direct. This is the greatest Direct ever.
Yeah. It's funny because I've seen a lot of other people say that it wasn't that great. Like,
yeah. All jokes aside and my hype down for that one thing, it wasn't like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. It was just very funny that moment when that happened. I was like, oh fuck, the world is different now for Ant.
Who could have I was not expecting it.
I don't think anybody was, to be fair. I was watching Beat 'em Ups watch it because I was like, I can't just watch the Nintendo Direct itself, like, from them, because it's kind of boring, and I hate reading the chat there. So I was like, I'll go to a smaller creator that's still on the big end, and that's chat isn't going to be fucking abysmal. That's exactly what I was living there, and then he was just commenting on the whole thing, and it was a much better experience, I will say, than just straight away watching it. But yeah, man, a lot of them were like, okay, after every single thing, and then with Mario RPG, he was like, oh, they're just adding it to the Nintendo collection, that's it.
That's how everybody thought at first. That's why my first thing was just like, yo. Then it was like, yeah. Like, I was not expecting that.
Yeah. You just thought there was going to be another way for you to play the same game that you've already played over and over again. And now there's another way.
I still don't know how to, like, really react to it. Because it's just something that's just like, they're never going to, like, show this thing any love. It's a niche kind of following. I mean, it's a big game for its time, but, like, no one's really clamoring for it
except for you,
except for me. So I'm like, of course they're not gonna just go back and make this thing.
They've been listening, you know. We got Nintendo listening to the pod.
They must be, because
I don't think anybody else was asking for that shit.
Like, what the fuck? They made that one RPG, and then they made Mad Paper Mario. So I'm not ever expecting them to go all the way back to 95 or 6, whenever this was when this dropped, and be like, let's make this thing.
But better. It looks good too, from what I saw. I mean, I'm not gonna play it ever personally, just because it's not in my wheelhouse of games that I like. But you know, I'll sit next to you while you play it and be like, "Hey, that's pretty cool that happened." And
I know.
the
I
and the
know I'm a part
schmoogly
of a
bop,
very. I know I'm part of a very small audience,
the few, the
but man,
proud, the Mario RPG,
no. But I
that
did see
podcast
that.
title.
That's pretty good. But I did see a lot of people on Twitter like that was the stand. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, they're
Yeah,
actually doing this thing."
for sure. But yeah,
But
man.
other than that, because we'll get to that in the news. But I've been chilling, man. I I've been chilling. I really don't have like any like groundbreaking news or anything. Father's Day happened.
That did happen, yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
How'd that go?
Right.
How was your dad day?
It was pretty good. We woke up and then, which is always good. You want to wake up and
Eh,
and had Adrian made breakfast and then we went to my dad's, hung out with him for a while. My brother was there and you know, doing the whole Father's Day thing.
hell yeah.
And we left there and then Adrian bought me dinner and she made dessert and it was just a real chill day.
Nice.
She went to make breakfast and she was just like she made Trenton hand me my controller. She's like, "You're gonna sit here and you're gonna play video games." I was like, "Oh, what?"
I
I
love
was
that
like,
so much.
I was like, man, I made the joke. Like, obviously, that's not how she meant it. I was like, oh man, all I had to do was wait until Father's Day to play video games.
Oh
So
shit.
I finally went back to Zelda. So I'm making my way downtown in that.
Hell yeah.
Just still doing that. This is the most what's the word? This is the most like not uninspired. This is the most not most not driven I've been to like super beat a Zelda game ever.
I feel like it's just because there's too much.
There's so much to do that I'm just creating. It's gonna sound like an ad. I'm creating my own adventure.
True. That's
And
one
I'm
thing that's
not
always funny to me about Zelda, though, because like, especially these, even Breath of the Wild, I would consider it. Like, while you're doing all this other shit, there's a very pressing matter that's happening at the same
yeah.
time, and
Mhm.
you're just not doing it. And you're
Yeah, I'm just not
finding
doing it.
Koroks and bringing them across islands and shit. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
Zelda is like fucking somewhere,
Yeah.
dying, probably losing a lot of
Probably.
blood at quick amounts.
Yeah.
And Link's just like, look what I built.
I
With the
built a
dick.
dick robot.
Yeah, like, look at this giant cockle, and I put it on plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like,
yeah,
it's
right,
crazy.
exactly. I think all I did was like run around. I found the dude who needs to like find a way to like hold his sign up, and it's really just an excuse for you to like practice like grabbing items and propping them up. So like, and I just did that, and then I went farming for rupees, and I bought some armor for battles I'm not in, and just went to
Just
villages
to look
and
fly, you know.
yeah, to help people with their shit. Also, like I haven't like I've done like that day I did maybe like 2-3 main things, but the rest
Okay.
of that time was just spent
Bullshitting.
Yeah.
I feel
And
that.
by the time you're done bullshitting, like, all right, let me get into something. But then I had to stop playing, go eat, and then we left.
True. Then you gotta be adult again. God
Yeah.
damn. Damn.
I had opportunities to play, but I was actually spending time, so I didn't
Yeah.
do it. But that's really it for me, man. What have you been doing?
I've had a lot of shit. Well, not directly happened to me. Kind of. But I went to a nice little get together over the weekend for my brother's girlfriend at the time.
Oh yeah.
She graduated from college. She's gonna be like a nurse now and shit. Like do
Dope.
the thing. So we went to this like fucking. It was in New Jersey, so I was already like, fucking goddamn it. Get me out of this hellhole. But we took like an hour drive down to this like barn. And it's not like a barn when you think of a barn, you know, like the Witcher and like where Shrek slept after he became a handsome guy, that thing.
Yeah.
It's like a legit barn made for events and shit, like smaller events, and it was
Right.
nice. Don't get me wrong. But it was very funny because we got there a little early. And we're looking at like the clouds and shit, and it starts to spit like rain a little bit
Yeah.
as we're about to walk up. We're maybe there at like 4:30. Party starts at 5, so we're just chilling in the car. I'm playing Hollow Knight on my Steam Deck like a little fucking shill because I can't get fucking past where I'm at, and I don't know what I need to do.
Yes.
I was so frustrated, but I'm just like, I'm fucking figuring this out, and then I played Booze Fury instead. Because I at least know the chronological order of Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Fucking as we get out of the cars when Ryan and Casey pull up, and the rain spit starts hitting a little harder. And
This
this
is rain
fucking monsoon raining sideways, just like it just sounded like a constant white noise was happening, and it was heavy as shit. And I'm just like soaked, fucking hair dripping and shit. I'm like, I want to die. But it was a nice little get together, little party. And then I proceeded to weep my eyes out for 2 reasons. I'm gonna go with the funnier reason first, and then we'll get into the bigger news. But the funny reason, my cousin Kyle was there because like their side of the family was there. This was Kyle, Alex, Sarah, Laura, all them, all my family. Right. Kyle, my buddy, my oldest young cousin. He's a younger, but he's the oldest
of the young ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very into weed now too. Like he's actually worked at dispensaries and shit, and he knows like a lot when it comes to the shit, like the science of it. But he just fucking out of nowhere, and mind you, this kid's diabetic and carries like one of those like diabetes bags. It looks like a fanny pack across the chest.
A little satchel.
So this man reaches into his diabetes bag and hands me the fattest edible I've ever seen in my life. It just in this fucking religious ass barn playing fucking country religious music, and I'm like, I know I gotta try it. So I take a little nibble, and it gets me where I need to be. And then I have a bunch of drinks. And
more
then
like Dioedes, am I right?
Dioedes is funny. That's a good. I wish that could be the podcast title.
I mean,
no, not
it's
at
not
all.
spelled like that. Anyway, go ahead.
But anyway, so this whole time, it was kind of funny because I was getting pissed off because I don't want to like, annoy Ryan because he's planning to do something. So I'm like letting him do him, talk to different people and stuff and like setting shit up. But I'm also at the same time, like, I would really enjoy talking to my brother right now and, like, having a moment. And every time we had a moment, it was like he was there for, like, 10 seconds and then gone.
And be gone. Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker, get the fuck over here. But, it got to a point, and then I'm looking out the window of the barn, and they have, like, flowers and shit, 'cause this barn sells flowers for some reason. And my dude proposes to his girlfriend. And she said yes. I mean, it would have been really awkward if not. But
I'm like, damn, he told that whole story just for her to say no.
I know, crazy, right? It was funny because my mom bought like those canvases that you can get at like AC Moore or Hobby Lobby, and it's like a painting or words on it. It was like she said yes on it, and she like wrapped it the day before. I'm like, what if she don't? Like, you got the receipt, like. Just in case, you gotta cover all bases here. But
she said yes.
Yeah, but she said yes. And that's when the waterworks started, and I started to tear up. Because, like, I love the dude and I'm proud of him. I'm also like pissed because I'm like, I wanted to fucking talk to you. And you just did it. So I'm either way, I'm just crying. And also the edible is kind of kicking.
Yeah, it's adding to it.
To be fair, I also drank 5 cans of White Claw right after I took the edible as well.
And you made yourself emotional.
I also didn't eat anything. Because no offense to the food truck that was there, but it was a burger food truck. And I swear to God, I got like the first burger, and they took the burger on the grill and used that to rub off the charcoal, I swear. The burger that I got, because it just tasted like a brick of charcoal, and I wanted to fucking vomit. So I just threw it away.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a bad burger. I also felt bad because I had to lie straight to Casey's mom's face. She was like, "Did you like the food trucks? Did you like the food?" And I was just like, "Yeah, definitely did." And I'm like,
yeah.
And she
Check
walks
out
away.
The burger.
She walks away, and I said, Ryan, I just had to lie to your future mother-in-law's face. I'm so fucking. I felt so bad. I just lied straight to her. But yeah, I cried.
Yeah,
Like
what
bitch.
were you supposed to say in that moment?
I
No.
don't know. Like I didn't. Like here's the thing. I'm an honest person when it comes to that shit. So I almost did say no. Like I caught myself, but I was just like, I feel like it was just one bad. I just got the bad burger. I got fucked.
Yeah, because it's like it's not. I don't think you had enough of a sample size to be like, no, these food trucks are terrible.
Exactly. And like I think my cousin also got a burger, but he was right behind me and his was also shit. But they were also saying like the chicken sandwich was great and the fries were great. So I ate 3 bites of that burger and I wanted to get sick practically. So I just didn't eat the rest of the day. But it was funny because Ryan sees me after, proposing. And they're also playing like the sappiest, saddest music in the background from the DJ, which this DJ, I'm gonna tell you right now, they better not hire that dude for the wedding. Because he was like acting like he was DJing for a middle school like fucking dance. Like it
was he playing?
I can't even name all the shit. It was just like bad country music, the cha-cha slide, like some white ass shit. And
cha-cha
like I get
slide is universal.
Not with when white people do it, because here's the thing. We don't move our hips in a way that is
rhythmically, rhythm.
Yeah, like we don't do that. Like I play the drums. That's all rhythm, but I don't dance because I just know that I can't do that shit. I just stay in my lane. I know where I need to be. But like, it's fucking some like cringy like this shit. Like it looks bad,
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
So it was bad music, and like, but then the sad music starts playing, and I can't even tell you, like, one of them was the fucking song from Tangled, and I fucking love Tangled. And it was the one where like they sing each other, and there's like the fucking lamp lights and shit in the air in the movie. That one where they both sing.
I know the scene.
Yeah. That song's playing, and that's when like me and him make eye contact. He's already teary eyed because like he's gonna be fucking teary eyed. Yeah. And then he sees my bitch ass, and I'm blubbering. Like I'm like leaking from my face, and he like just fucking rushes to me and like just buries his face into my thing, and I buried my face into his thing.
Stronger.
And I was like, oh man, this is the worst. And then but it was fucking phenomenal and great. I get emotional at shit like that. So
that's bad. Wait till the wedding. You're gonna fall.
Well, here's the thing: the wedding I feel like is gonna be different because when it's the actual service, I think I will tear up. Like I'll tear up there. I think I got the initial cry out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At like the service, I will cry for sure. Not like blubbery like that, because I'm not fucking taking an edible from my cousin right before that happens.
He set you up
a little bit. Not gonna lie. I was also not that high. Like it was a genuine thing, but it definitely added to it.
It enhances it. Yeah.
But fucking when it comes to like the after party and shit, like I think I'm fine. Like I think the only thing that's the issue is that main, because I fucking cried at your wedding, dude.
Yeah, the ceremony is the most emotional part. The after party is a party. Like no one's crying there.
Well, there's like the whole like the first dance and the mom and that dance and that's sad too. I think those are all sad and like, but like in a happy way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that shit brings me out to the tears and shit. So needless to say, I think I'm good. I let it out in a way that was fine. But yeah, I'm good now.
Good.
It was very sad though. The only thing that was sad about the weekend is like we only got to like actually hang out for maybe like an hour or less. Like the day after we went out to like lunch or some shit, some random dive bar in Jersey that happened to have phenomenal food. And that was it. But we were supposed to see Spider-Verse together and we couldn't. And I was like, I'm so fucking disappointed we couldn't do that. Like, but it's whatever. Like it'll be out on DVD soon enough and we'll watch it. But I was like, God damn, man.
Motherfuckers are growing up, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I wouldn't used to leave the house without going everywhere with my brother.
Yeah.
But then, life
happens.
Yeah.
But either way, congrats to them, obviously.
Of course.
If you didn't know that, it's in the Weekly Pickups channel. Go check out the fucking rock that he got. That's one thing I also think is cool. I don't know how much he spent on it. You know, that's like a taboo thing, like wedding rings. You got to spend a shit ton of money. But I feel like they're smart in a way. Where like I think they went out prior and were looking at rings, and they got the ones. It's like a new type of diamond where they grow the diamonds now.
Not the zirconias, right?
I don't think so, but it's like a new thing where it's like they grow it, and there's not necessarily going to be a resale value.
I forgot what they're called. I know what you're talking about.
But they're like on the cheaper end compared to like legit diamonds, but like they look the exact same and shit. I think they went with something like that, or like they looked together before this even happened, like a while ago, and like I think she was cool with it, which that's cool. That's cool to me. I like that shit. Oh yeah, but
yeah, I let Adrian pick out her own ring. Well, we went ring looking before we got engaged, just looking at them. And I kept in mind the kind of ring she wanted and the type of things like, and I just, got what she got. But it wasn't anything like crazy. I didn't like break the bank. I spent a good amount of money. I didn't break the bank.
Yeah, for sure.
I just feel like as long as she likes what you got, then that's all that really matters.
I just always see those like TikTok videos where it's like some chick who's like, it's got to be 6 paychecks. And I'm like,
yeah, like, come on,
ma'am. Like,
it doesn't have to be. Now, if she likes that and that's fine for you, whatever suits y'all situation.
Yeah. At least for me, in my situation, in the future, wherever that may be, if that ever comes up, if some motherfucker wants me to spend 6 paychecks on one goddamn thing, that's insane. I ain't doing that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to be like that guy, but it's like I could buy 7 more Baby Yodas if I wanted to.
It's not a lead. I wouldn't lead with that.
But it's not like a leading thing. It's like I need to have a partner that understands like the value of that. Like that little dinky thing that goes on your finger, and like it's very pretty. Yes, obviously, and it's a nice momentum. But like that is equivalent to 7 of those children. I don't know, bro. That I'm never gonna lose.
Buy kids.
I'm never gonna lose that thing. That can't fall down the drain.
Well, no, of course not. But she wouldn't. Well, she shouldn't let it.
Yeah, but accidents happen. I mean, I'm saying
they do.
So it's like that's why I'm like I'd rather go in like the low ends where it's like it's very pretty. So, but if anything happens to it, we're not like like fuck. There's a down payment to a house that's gone down the sink.
Yeah, true that.
That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You gotta like I said. That's why it's whatever is best for people's specific situations.
True. Well, I think it's time to start the show. Before we do that, I need to hydrate with something that I bought for the show: the Gamer League of Legends edition of Coke Zero.
Is this your first taste?
Does it have like a flavor? Is that like a thing? It is. It's XP flavored.
Of course. What does XP taste like? We've been seeing it in games for years. What's it taste like?
Kind of fruity. But not in like a good way. Kind of like I didn't need that way. Like like I didn't need you to do that to my
Everybody needs XP, gamer.
I don't think I want any more XP. I'm good being an NPC, yo.
Need that XP. You gotta get to the next level. How else will you get to level 132 that we're at now?
I'm an NPC. You're the main character. So you can level up with this XP. I don't want any more.
You're the one with the Coke, dog. I don't have it.
Shit.
You're the player.
Let's start the fucking show.
Let's go. Let's start it.
Level up with your XP Diet Coke. And welcome back to another episode of Save Before Quitting. My brain stopped.
XP Diet Coke.
I Googled it while we were playing the theme song. It is apparently a super mellow, citrus peachy flavor that seems to fade quickly off the tongue.
What a description.
I disagree. It just tastes like the flavor that Fruit Loops are, which is just fruit, but with 2 O's.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, that's what that tastes like. But you can follow us everywhere on social media, over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titties.
Save the letter B, number 4, quitting. All of those spaces right there. Save the titties.
Yeah,
unless they're like a problem and you need to get rid of them, that's also very valid. That's cool.
That's cool.
That's fine.
No one's.
You don't need to save them.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do when it comes to the titties.
What's up, CLD in the chat? Great time for you to join in. You can also go to our website, Save Before Quitting, fully spelled out.
SavingTitties.com. SavingTitties.com.
We need to get that IP now. Fuck. But we got some merch up on there for both the titty game. We got Bitch Made, which I might do a stream after this podcast episode of Inscription. Shit. So we might have a Bitch Made episode coming soon. And then also the original Sonic design. Working on some other stuff in the background. I'm still like tossing ideas around, but I haven't decided on anything specific yet. I'm kind of just like brain fogged up. Like I have a lot of ideas, but not a lot that I can execute the way that I want to, if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
And I'm not like trying to half-ass some shit, so I'm just like, let's just keep throwing the ideas. They're good ideas. We'll juggle them, put them in a Google Doc for later. But at the moment, we're good. That being said, you can also go to our Patreon, which we are about to film the first episode of this month, probably tomorrow, where you get 2 extra podcasts a month where we just talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Or make lists, tier lists is something we've been doing. We probably got to do a tier list tomorrow, I think. Maybe we'll do my games that I've bought and haven't played. Because we did yours last, right? That was the last episode we did?
Yeah. Well, the last episode wasn't a tier list. I
thought it was.
The last episode about? No, it wasn't the last one. We talked about... what the fuck did we talk about? Wasn't it like a kind of serious one?
It might have been a serious one. I don't know.
I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't the tier list.
Yeah, we get into some serious topics.
Robbie in the chat, what up?
What's up, Robbie? And you can also join our Discord, !Discord in the chat if you're here live with us, or down in the description, there's the link to join up. It's fucking awesome. We post the news there every single goddamn day. We chat in the general chat. We post pod questions. We play games in there. We talk about fitness dick.
Beat me to it.
And our weekly pickups, so definitely go check those out. It's a good ass time. And then if you join up on the Patreon, like we said earlier, you get an exclusive little chat in there that we'll post updates on when we do have them. And shit. Last one CLD watched was the tier list, so I'm behind apparently. You might be. But it's all good.
I'm pretty sure we did something else. Or wasn't there one you were doing and you were having an issue uploading it? Whatever that one was.
That was, I think, a main podcast, wasn't it?
It was?
I could be. No, it wasn't.
It couldn't have been. It was, well, the last one in the chat. It was
an uncut one. List. Yeah, I think we had an uncut one that was kind of goofy. No, it was the tier list. It was the scuffed tier list. That's the one that had the issues.
Really? Didn't we? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we did.
We did that. Either way. It's all good. We're great. You know why we're great? Because the next thing we got up in the podcast is something we do every single fucking week. We kind of already spoiled a little bit of it in the intro, but we're going to talk about it again. And what did you
play this week? I actually got back into Zelda. Played some of that. I didn't play a lot last week. I'm just slowly inching my way through Zelda, which is not fast at all. But things I want to play, because I haven't, that's all I actually played. But things I'd like to play is Steam just had a like their version of, I guess, E3 or whatever you want to call it. I forgot
Mhm.
what it was called. It is called, I can tell you in 1 second. Steam shit.
Robbie said he's been playing some Diablo 4 and Honkai
Nice.
Star Rail.
The Next Fest, where they put on a whole bunch. They put out a whole bunch of game footage, and everything they showed there was like demos too. So I want to get on there and download some demos.
I didn't check any of these out yet.
They put that Gunbrella demo on there, that Devolver game.
I think I'm gonna get that for sure.
So I want to download that demo and play. But there's a whole bunch of other shit on there, some cool stuff they're coming out with. So I'm really into doing that. So that'll be my next move.
Hell yeah. I'm like looking through this list right now just because there's a couple that I think I'm gonna try out. All right, dope. Is that all you got for this week? The Zelda bot? All right.
Mm-hmm.
On my end, I believe I talked about playing the Final Fantasy 16 demo already.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I played a little bit more of it because I wanted to see what the hype was about again. Because there was 2 modes you could select from in the beginning. One was like story based, and one was, I think, more combat focused. I could be wrong, but I definitely did the story one, and I was uber bored because I didn't give a fuck about what was happening.
That's pure Final Fantasy.
Like it was one of those things where it's like, no offense to them, but like the story didn't like grab me at all. Like not one moment of that story was like, oh my god, I gotta know what happens next. Like not once.
Right.
So I just kind of just sat there bored out of my mind. And I also said this in the other Discord that we're in, but I feel like Final Fantasy games, the gameplay is super mid. Like it's just a button masher where you kind of dodge every once in a while, and then you can sometimes use magic. That's all it is. Like it's nothing special. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing anything tactically or anything that's like crazy out of the, at least from what I've played in the first 5 to 6 hours of 7, and especially in this one too, with Final Fantasy 16, since all of like the special moves and shit would just automatically happen for me. And I don't know if that's a setting I hit by accident or some shit, but like it just did the fucking move. Like I didn't get a choice to do it. There's the choice option there, like you could wait until it refreshes that move and then do it again. But I was just like, it's just a button mash. That's all it is. Just keep pressing square as much as you can, and then if you see the little Spidey sense little thing, hit circle and dodge. That's it.
In Final Fantasy's defense, that's kind of a new thing. That started with 15? 14 was online, so I don't count that. When it became an action RPG, it was turn-based primarily, all the way up to a certain point till recently. And by recently, I mean like 12, 13. So the fact that it's action now, I don't hate it. It's like Final Fantasy is story and maintaining stats, and like I'm trying to think of the perfect way to analogize this. You're spinning plates. Like you're going from this person to this person to this. You're trying to like, I'm gonna have you do this, you do this, you do that. Prepare for whatever's coming at you, but always be thinking steps ahead in order to circumvent. You're just maintaining statuses. As far as I haven't played 16 yet, not even the demo. I want to play it. I have not played it yet, so I can't speak for it. But if I can speak for 7 remake and 15, well, all Final Fantasies are heavy-handed with the story as well. So they're like uber heavy-handed. It's all story. Like there's cutscenes that last 10, 15 minutes. But I think if you're just into that style of gameplay, the type of game where you're going from person to person telling them, giving commands like it's an RPG in
Yeah.
the most natural sense. It's
I
an RPGer's RPG. Like it's the RPG game.
I kind of wish that like these games were turn based still. It's one of those things where it's like me and turn based fighting games. I'm not a huge fan of. Like even Pokemon, like I fell out of love with pretty quickly.
Right.
Like I still love Pokemon as like a concept and as a whole, but it's like the battling is just so fucking boring after a while. Like I don't feel like sitting back and forth doing our ready animations back and forth with our sprites and fucking hitting one attack that only I can use this many times. Like it's not fun. And like to me, it's just too slow. I'm not saying I need a fast-paced game, but it's like with Pokemon and games like Final Fantasy, it makes sense for it to be like, you know, fast-paced. But then I wish it was turn-based because it makes more sense for how much lore there is and how much they want you to stop and take the time. But I don't care. And I feel so bad about it.
And I think that's just, but there's nothing you should feel bad about. Because, yeah, CLD in the chat says I think 7 Remake had turn-based. It had a turn-based option.
I was gonna do that, but I forget why I didn't.
You shouldn't feel bad about it because you like what you like. Fucking think like Fortnite is clearly like an A1 / like 5 starts the video game now. I don't give a fuck.
Like, no, I feel that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not from. It's not like I'll play it with you and have fun, but I won't have fun because I'm playing Fortnite. I'm having fun because I'm playing with you. You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah.
Or like shit like Roblox or Minecraft. Like, I'm not into any of that shit. But I can't be like, I don't think it's good. Like, I mean, and I don't like it. But clearly, these games are for someone.
That's what I feel guilty about. It's the fact that I think it's not good, but clearly people love this shit. It's the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. Like, I don't think those are necessarily good games. I can objectively see that people see them as that, but when I play them, I'm like, this is just, when it comes to like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the, just too fucking much, with not a railing system that helps you like focus, in my opinion. And then the same thing with the Final Fantasy. It's just a hack and slash game that's mindless with gameplay now, with way too much details of story, and then like takes itself way too seriously, and then out of nowhere becomes goofy. At least it's 7. 16 didn't really give me the goofy vibes, like, you know, like goofy anime tropes and shit.
Yeah,
but like 16 7 is insane with it.
16 is trying to be a fucking medieval HBO show with the drama. I think it works 7 like is that. 7 is more so like a super dramatic anime, like
about terrorism.
Yeah, but they somehow make it anime as hell.
Yeah, I don't know. I have just a weird taste in my mouth about those games, and it's not the peachy XP flavor, which I did get more of after I took that sip. But I don't know, man. It's off.
But it's what makes gamers, man. You don't fuck with that, but millions of people do. Like, True. You don't think I know? Obviously, you don't know. I know I'm the Nintendo guy. I'm the Nintendo. No one else is. But I will play the shit out of those games and be excited for shit. But it's like people are like, "What the fuck is Nintendo doing?" And I'm just like, they piss me off 9 times out of 10. But that one time, they make me happy. Make me
that
really
one time
happy.
They hit.
Yeah, when they hit, shit about they hit.
Yeah,
I'll ride or die, but I'm dying more than anything else. But
yeah, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
but
I agree.
It just is what it is.
Yeah. But other than that demo and trying to like it, I played a different demo that I don't believe I talked about, Viewfinder.
Oh yeah, how was that?
So fucking cool, dude. And this isn't even talking from a point of view of someone who's high playing it, because I wasn't. I was completely sober. And the mechanics in this game are dope as shit. It was super fucking fun of a demo. They had really good humor in places for, like, there was a part where it skips over like 90% of the game, so that it's like stuff that we didn't put in the demo, and it's just like a fast, like very dark screen where you can kind of see the gameplay happening in the background, and then the words in white font saying, stuff that's not in the demo.
Oh shit.
And I was like, that's funny, like that.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking cool, dude. You have heard of Viewfinder. We've talked about it on a couple different events that they were live CLD. You were there for those events, I believe, as well.
They showed this at Summer Games Fest, right?
Yeah, it was at Summer
was
Games
it the
Fest.
PlayStation one.
It was maybe the PlayStation. I don't know exactly which one, but that was the day the demo came out.
Yeah.
Go play this fucking demo. Immediately. Put it on your Steam Deck if you have to. I think that it will probably be good on deck. Just a nice puzzle platformer. There's kind of lore in the background. I don't really know if it's like relevant lore to like what's going on in it, but go fucking play this game. It is slick as shit. I cannot give it enough praise. Other than that, obviously been playing some Fortnite just because Overwatch is pretty much dead to my friend group, besides like 2 or 3 of them maybe. And even those 2 or 3 most of the time aren't like dying to play, if that makes sense. Like they've got other shit in their life going on. It's nothing bad about it. It's just, you got shit going on and you'd rather play other things that are, better games. So it makes sense. But we've been playing Fortnite together, which has been fun. We've been getting some very good wins off of that. And it's just been a fun time, especially with like, I think we had one game where we were in second place, but we were like screaming the whole time because there were people we were fighting as the zone was moving. And it was us versus this one team just like making our way into the circle as the whole circle is moving. Once it gets to like a small circle, it just stays small and moves to another area on the map. So you have to like stick with it and like run while also fighting. And dude, we lost the fight, but goddamn was it fucking crazy.
But you had fun losing. That's a good game if you have fun losing.
There was one where there's a new gun in the game that has like a red dot sight and you can like look first person through it. And I had the gold version of it, which is the best practically, that you can find on the floor. But then we run into this team and this guy has the same gun, but he has the mythic version of it, which means he took out like an AI that was on the map that had this gun, took it, and it's better than mine. Dude fucking beamed me. I was dead in a second. Like, it was, I'm alive, I'm dead. And I was like, okay, we lost this game, guys. I'm sorry. And like, my team's still all alive. I'm like, no. If that man killed me that quickly, we're all fucking dead. Like, don't bring me back if you win the fight. I don't want to be a part of it.
Right. I don't want to relive my torture.
It was bad, man. And then it was funny. We had one game where I went down twice at the very end. And we bought an AI, and you can make the AI pick you up. The first time I had him pick me up, and I got one shot in before I got knocked immediately again. And then Orla picked me up, and she was able to get me up somehow. I don't know how. And I just fucking 3-tapped the rest of the team, and we got the win. And I was like, we should not have done that. I died
that should
twice
not have
there.
happened.
Yeah,
right.
Like this was not okay. We shouldn't have done this to these people. I feel bad. Like, the same guy that knocked me twice was the guy that I killed to win the game. I'm like, I feel so bad for that guy. Like, he saw me go down multiple times to his own hand. But,
shit happens, yo.
It does. We got those fucking wins. Other than that, I got 2 last things. One of them, it's not necessarily a game that's out, like, on a system, but it's in Discord. In Discord right now, there are new things called activities that you can do with your friends, and they're practically Jackbox games. And they're really fucking good. Like, unironically, to a point where I'm surprised that Discord didn't charge money. Like, or make you have Nitro in order to play these on certain servers, because they're that good. Like, there's a Scrabble one that's really fucking good. There's another one that's pretty much Boggle. Then there's a drawing one that we did where it's like whisper down the lane, but you start with one phrase, somebody draws it, and then the next person has to guess what the drawing is, and you get to the very end, and it's an insane amalgamation of some shit. It's so much fucking fun. There's mini golf and shit, and that's just been really fun to play with some friends in another server, just because we don't play motherfucking Overwatch as much, so we play this instead, and I think it's much better.
Gotta swap it out for something.
For sure. And then my big one, which I swapped out Final Fantasy VII for on my console, is I re-downloaded Cyberpunk 2077.
I did see you playing that.
I'm on my technically final playthrough of it, where I'm doing it as a
Mhm.
nomad. This is the only starting one that I haven't played as so far. And I also am choosing to do the female body, female voice. And
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say it now. I've been an idiot because the female voice actor in this game, fucking phenomenal compared to the male one. And that's no shade given to the male one, but like the chick that delivered these
Yeah.
lines, so fucking much better. It makes every situation feel better. It even
Mhm.
is to the point where I feel like they're kind of leaning towards V being a woman in
I
like
could see
the
that.
canon,
Yeah.
because the DLC is only advertising this game with woman V. There's been
Mhm.
no male V sightings ever since the game got advertised back in the day.
Yeah.
So I feel like it just makes more sense that way. It works better. It's sad because I won't be able to romance Panam, who is the fucking epitome of the hottest women in video games I've ever fucking seen. I
I mean, you
swear to
still
God.
could, right?
You can't. She is not interested. You can romance her, but she turns you
Oh.
down because you're a woman and she doesn't go that way, which is
Mhm.
fine. But that's the best romance because there's a scene in it that's really fucking great that happens once you finally do romance her. And
You sick boy.
it's fucking
Sick,
great.
sick boy.
You can't find it on YouTube. Let's put it that way.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
The way
It's
you're talking
great.
about it.
I fucking love it so much because it's actually like legitimately great. Like of a scene, like you're like, oh fuck, this bitch knows what's up. Like you're you're in a fucking. I'll just say it because the game's been
Break
out for
out the
so goddamn
flashlight.
long. It's no thanks. That's hidden. Never to be used. But fucking, you get
Crouching
this
tiger,
tank.
hidden flashlight. Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ. You steal this
Mhm.
tank with her, and it's like a co-piloted tank, like kind of Pacific Rim style, where the
Mhm.
one person's the driver and one person's the gunner, and they use the Neuralink that's like the USB-C plug that goes into their head to connect to it, and that's how you drive or shoot. But Pan Am rewired it, so instead of it being like that's what you feel like the machine getting hit or like the machine going over the land, you feel each other's feelings, and this bitch just starts going like that, and I'm like, and then you feel it because like you're connected and shit. I'm like, yo,
Oh.
what the fuck, man, that is good. And it's the best romance in the game. You can't tell me otherwise. Moving on from that though, I'm
No.
excited for the DLC.
I'm sure you are. That Phantom Liberty. When does that drop again?
I believe later next month. I could be wrong.
I knew it's soon, right?
I did pre-order it, so I should know. It might even be the end of this month. I could be wrong. Uh 9/26. So no, months away. Actually.
Oh, okay.
3 months away.
Everything's coming
Yeah.
out in the fall.
Everything is coming out in the fall. There's a lot of shit coming, and we'll get into that in a second as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's about all I've been playing though. I don't really have much else. I joined a Call of Duty league.
What?
So Pib Extra and Uniguf are both in a Call of Duty based like team league where you make a team and you play,
Mhm.
and it's through their work, but people outside of their work can also join in. And Mr. Pib Extra asked me, "Would you like to be a part of it?" And I'm like, "Well, I haven't played as much as I wanted to, and I am pretty okay at it, so sure." So I might be doing that soon. So
Nice.
I might be a professional COD player soon. Probably not.
Fast forward, you're at the fucking tournaments, just beating the shit out of everybody.
Nah,
Who would
not
have
at
thought?
all. But I did play Warzone this week twice with John, and it did
Mhm.
not go well. Um, we played the
did.
fast version, whatever that is. I don't know what that one's called, where it's like the smaller map and you keep respawning.
It's been a while for me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but we played that one, and like, I don't know if it's just me. I think it's probably just me. I don't like how long it takes to kill someone in Call of Duty. Like, it feels like the time to kill is way too big, especially with the armor plates and shit.
Mhm.
Like, when I'm shooting someone, I'm aiming for their head. Because that's, what makes sense. You shoot for the head, headshot, boom, they die quicker, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I don't understand why I'm shooting someone and they're point blank and I'm shooting them in the head and I'm breaking their armor that's in their chest. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it at all. I'm also a guy who used to play hardcore Call of Duty all the time back in the day.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's realistic, you know? Like, I can run around with a pistol in John Wick motherfuckers because that's how this works, you know, in the real world. But I don't know. I'm not like mad at it. I'm just like, goddamn, this fucking blows that I need to use 8 fucking clips to kill one person that's like 7 feet away from me.
I mean, yeah, I can see how that's annoying. For
Yeah.
sure.
But I'll get better with it, maybe. We'll see what happens.
You got to now. You're an attorney.
Yeah. I think they only play like Search and Destroy, but I'm good at that. That's like CSGO. Oh, I also played Valorant. Fuck, I forgot about that. I've been playing Valorant.
Killing it.
Yeah,
Somebody
man.
gotta play video games.
True. I gotta do something to take up my time because it's just this, the gym, and work from home. That's it. It's my 3 right now.
Live it up, dog.
I don't know if that's living it up per se.
Yeah, I was that was my living it up for a while. It's just
Yeah.
gym and home and gaming and studio. And now
I need that 4th one.
The 4th one was coming to record this. I don't know. Soon enough. We'll get back to the old days.
We still gotta get a fucking green screen. I completely forgot to buy that thing.
That's right.
And a light.
Well, the light we can. That's not difficult. Yeah. The green screen's the one coming from a different place.
I think we can get it. We were looking at the one on Amazon though that we might be able to do. I don't know. We'll see. Either way. Yeah. But that brings us to the next segment of the show, and we're going at like stellar speed right now. Actually, no, we're not. It's 51 minutes. Shit. I thought.
Well, there's not a lot of news besides.
There's not a lot of news, but we'll still play the bumper.
Let's get to the news.
Welcome to Stay Before Quitting News.
It's the news, guys.
It is the news. This is the part of the show where we say, hey, here's what happened. Isn't that neat?
It is.
First
I'll
up.
answer for you. It's neat.
One of them is for you only, I think. But Cyberpunk came out with the pre-order bonus for the DLC that's coming out for Phantom Liberty. You pre-order now, you get access to the Quadra Sport R7 Vigilante once the expansion drops. It looks pretty cool. I pre-ordered just because I was like, I know that I'm going to get this. So if they add more bullshit to the pre-order bonus, I'll just be included immediately. I will say it's weird because they did a patch this week, and it's like right before this patch, which is going to be patch 1.7 that changes everything pretty much and like remakes the game. I don't know why they didn't just wait until the DLC to do it or just immediately release patch 1.7. Here's how the game's going to be from now on. Play through the story again in the new game practically, and then you'll get to the Phantom Liberty part once that comes out in 3 months. That's what I would have done in my brain.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I guess maybe some stuff's not ready yet. I'm also not one to tell Cyberpunk to rush anything because we all know how that went last time.
Very true.
So I'm fine patiently waiting. It was just a little weird to release a patch right before the big patch comes. Like, just wait. And, like, there's nothing crazy bad going on. I think it was like a couple like hot fixes for some missions or something, but like nothing that was groundbreaking like or game breaking. Yeah, so I don't know. Either way, that's that. Next up.
Don't need that. Ha. So Kraven the Hunter trailer dropped. And
do you want nobody fucking responded to what I said in the Discord?
That should tell you a lot. Well, the only reason I didn't respond is because me and you talked about it one-on-one. We talked about it personally.
I'm furious. I fucking think this looks like hot garbage.
You know how I feel about it? I feel like this movie, if it wasn't related to Spider-Man or Kraven, and it was just some action movie, I might be like, this is passable as just some action movie.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's connected to the Sonyverse with Spider-Man is just like, why? Stop. Just stop, man. Just stop.
I'm so mad at it. Like I'm furious because Craven is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
Mm-hmm.
Not only was I so excited because not only did this come out this week, the pre-orders for Spider-Man 2 the game came out, which if you didn't know, also comes out in October like this movie. And if you didn't know, in Spider-Man 2 the game, there's a character that's in it called Craven. And that's how Craven's supposed to be, with an accent and a hunter that fucking kills both people and animals. That's what Craven is. He's a hunter.
You know,
they completely changed his story.
If they didn't make his name Craven, took the word Craven out of it, and just called this movie The Hunter, I'm like, all right, yeah, cool action movie called The Hunter.
And then the Rhino bit, take that out. Take it out entirely. Don't need it.
Yo, I see what they're trying to do, right? I mean, we all know what they're trying to do, but then when they showed the whole Rhino part, that was their whole get excited thing, the little one more thing at the end of the trailer, and I saw that and was just like, that looks terrible already. Why? No.
It's the same thing that they did with Morbius when they put Michael Keaton in there at the end of the trailer. Because they were like, oh, it's the Vulture from the nose. You see? It's connected to the MCU. But then fucking Kevin Feige's like, no, it ain't.
Y'all aren't going to throw this shit on my table.
Now, here's the thing. I also feel like this movie's rated R. Let's get that out of the way. I think this is rated R just to be a stupid gore fest of a movie. Like, it's going to be, like, there's some cool things that happen. Like, the biting of the nose, the bear trap thing. It's very Mortal Kombat-esque fatality situations. But I feel like they're going to go way too ham-fisted into it to a point where it's like, Jesus Christ, like, come on. You guys paid for way too many Kool-Aid packets to make the fake blood. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
Kool-Aid packets.
The worst part to me, and it's what I put in our Discord, is they have Kraven's father sound exactly like Kraven. But then his son has an American accent. Who is Kraven? That is Kraven. He has an American accent. And that's played by an English actor.
That's a lot of clusterfucking there.
Why?
Because they can.
It looks so bad. It looks so fucking bad, dude. I don't know. And I just don't understand why they're doing this stuff, because all of these characters are only important or relevant or interesting when you introduce the one thing that brings them all together, and that's Spider-Man. That needs to be a preamble, though. Not like a thing that just happens afterwards, because that's what they're setting it up. They're doing it in reverse order. They're like, here's the Sinister Six, and now Spider-Man's going to swing in and save the day. No!
How do you think they do that? Also, did you see what's the wrestler dude, El Muerto?
What?
That's coming out?
Yeah, that got pushed back, I think.
Yeah, that's I saw that was taken off the slate. Anyway, that has nothing to do with what I was about to say. How do you think they're going, if they make it this far, to tie this in to Spider-Man, and which Spider-Man is it going to be?
That's a great question, because I have honestly no fucking clue what Spider-Man's going to be after No Way Home. In the MCU, at least, you know? Because, like, at least that's canon to the MCU, where Morbius is kind of, but not really. You know what I mean? And then this is going to also do the same thing, where it's going to be kind of, but not really. So, in theory, Tom, but also, why?
I didn't think it was going to be Tom. I think they're going to... Do you think this is where they bring back Amazing Spider-Man?
I don't think that Andrew comes back for Spider-Man after Far From Home, just because I feel like that was the send-off that the character needed. You know, like that was the closure.
You think that was a send-off and not like a we're bringing you back type thing?
Not at all. They're not bringing
I think we see all three of them again, but it's going to be in
We did already, technically.
What?
We already did.
Yeah, we did. Technically, yes. In one of those, I think Secret Wars.
I could see it in Secret Wars. I also don't know what Secret Wars is going to be like, man.
I don't know either, but that's where everybody pretty much comes. I just feel like they Sony keeps doubling down on this, and
Mhm.
unless they're gonna just throw it all away, unless they're gonna like DC throw the whole timeline away thing,
Mhm.
they're gonna keep going.
Yeah. The shitty part
It
is
has to
like
lead
it,
somewhere.
it makes money too because like it's so bad. Like Morbius made money because of how bad it was. Like it
It
turned
made
into
money
a
in spite of
meme.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah, and like for me, like that's annoying because it's like, do I love Morbius as a character? No. Is he an okay Spider-Man villain? Sure. Would it be cool to see him in an actual like legitimate role situation in the Spider-Man story? Sure. But we're never gonna get that now. It's always gonna be based on the meme. It's always gonna be Morbin time. It's always gonna be that. And then with this, people keep saying I'm Craven the Hunter. Like I'm craving the Hunter. And I'm like, that's the new meme. Sony is making movies that are just exclusively memes and making money off of it. Because we're fucking stupid.
I'll
Humans
ask you
are stupid.
Well, that's for sure true. I'm gonna ask you a different question now. How do you feel about that Madam Web movie that's coming out, and where the hell is that gonna lead?
I also think that's not needed either. That's such a waste of a movie. Plus, they're not even doing Madam Web the way that we know Madam Web. They're doing like young Madam Web.
Yeah, I didn't understand that when I first
Like,
saw that.
and here's the thing: that's cool if you want to do that shit, but like these characters are all from Spider-Man. And in my eyes, I don't think any of these characters need their own movies until they've interacted with Spider-Man. You can do an offshoot afterwards. Like, say if you had Tom Holland in his movie and Venom showed up for like literally a cameo, like just straight up a cameo in the fucking movie. They didn't do the black suit story at all. But then that's when we got the Venom movie. After we've seen him already and seen that Spider-Man kicked his ass once and now he's doing his own thing over here. That makes sense in my brain. Making a Venom movie without Spider-Man at all is mind-boggling. And the fact that they got away with doing two and bringing in Carnage and wasting that character and Shriek and Riot, and they wasted all these symbiotes on these fucking movies that don't mean anything. They're just cool gore fest, campy jokes, and that's it. And they turn into fucking memes. And that's how they make the money. I fucking hate it.
It didn't make sense. Like, the more they did them, it was just like, where is this? That's why I keep asking you the same question. Like, where is it going?
I think that we'll never know. That's the shitty part. Like, with good writing from Sony, like Spider-Verse, we don't know where it's going, but we know that where it goes is going to be good. Because the track record's just there. Into the Spider-Verse, nobody knew at all what that was going to be. Then it came out and we're like, holy shit, that was great. Cross the Spider-Verse, same thing, if not better. And then the same thing for the next one, Beyond the Spider-Verse. It makes sense where the story's going, but we're all going to be shocked by what happens no matter what, and it's going to be good. And that's
for a fact that this, because the Spider-Verse one's only supposed to be a trilogy, but you know for a fact after that second one that they're beating down that door like, can we go more than a trilogy? And I hope they do not. It's all
I don't
like,
want them to do a trilogy.
Right where it is.
Do mini stuff, like do a Spider-Punk movie, do a this movie, do a that movie. Shit like that, like where it's just like one-offs, like how the comics do it. I think that would be phenomenal. Because we're in this stuck stage of multiverse where every fucking property wants to do it nowadays. And another one just jumped into the ring, but I'm not going to spoil which one that is if you haven't seen the movies that are out in theaters currently. But like multiverse is like the biggest thing right now. It's DC just did it. Fucking Marvel did it. Another property did it. And it fucking kills your story, because if there's a multiverse out there, nothing that happens in any of your movies matter. Like, I don't give a fuck what happened in Eternals, because guess what? There's another universe out there where that fucking movie doesn't exist. None of those characters exist. Oh, Wanda is a fucking evil bitch and goes to a different universe with the fucking Illuminati. All the Illuminati is dead. Doesn't fucking matter because there's a million other Illuminati. Like,
they'll always have a way They always have an escape.
Yeah, and it's
Like the
not
multiverse.
it's not conducive to good movies because nothing matters. And here's the thing.
Because you can be lazy.
And I don't think that's a bad thing that nothing matters. Like, don't get me wrong. I just recently rewatched Batman and Robin and Batman Forever recently. Nothing in those movies mattered that happened, but they're so much fucking fun if you just watch it as an adult. Like, you could just see how much love and fun was put into it from the comics. We don't have that anymore. Ever since like the first Guardians movie, it's just been like everything has to matter because of something else happening, and that's not what the point was. I don't know. Batman and Robin is not terrible, CLD. I'm telling you, rewatch that shit. If you rewatch that and just like to have fun with it and just experience it, it's so much better than the Keaton ones. The Keaton ones are not good. They're not fun.
What?
They're boring. The pacing is shit. If you watch the original Keaton Batman again, I just recently watched it with friends, and we had this realization at the end of the movie. And I don't think it's a good thing that this is a thing, but you never know that Bruce Wayne and Batman are the same person until the third act of the movie. And the whole entire time that you're interacting with Bruce Wayne, he's not interesting. There's no reason for him to be in the story. You're kind of just like, wait, why is Bruce Wayne here? But the thing is, everyone just knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. But for the dum-dums who watched it back then, don't know that. They don't know till the third fucking act. They're just like, why is Michael Keaton in this movie? And what's the do with the rubber suit? What's going on here?
Who didn't know that?
There's people who don't know that Batman is Bruce Wayne in this world.
I can't even fathom not knowing
but it's
that.
True. Like, those people exist.
If you're watching that movie, how do you not know that?
I mean, it comes on TV. You get your grandchildren the VHS on tape. You don't know what Batman is.
All right,
back in the day.
I'm not talking about the people who don't know anything about Batman. I'm talking about like
the people who know about Batman.
The majority of people watching Batman knows.
Yeah, but like for the regular person that's just like, what is this Batman? I'm gonna get into Batman to go see it in the theaters or whatever. Not once does there a connection in that whole movie until the very end, and then you're just like, oh.
Well, now okay. I haven't seen these in years.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna suck watching the first one. The pacing is shit, dude. It is so fucking bad. It's just so slow. And then all the Batman stuff, when it happens, it's cool, but then it's immediately over. You're just like, I want more Batman in this Batman movie, please.
It's a roller coaster.
And then you watch Batman Forever or Batman fucking and Robin, and you get so much Batman doing cool Batman shit throughout the whole fucking film. There are the boring bits, but it's paced way better. I don't know. That's just me.
And that is where these Spider-Man villain movies are going.
Yeah.
It's going to be Bruce Wayne in the end.
Needless to say, Kraven looks like shit. And I'm really fucking pissed because Kraven's a great villain and they're going to ruin it in the same month the video game comes out. It really tastes like Peach now. I lost my cap.
It tastes like XP, extra peach.
Shit. You're not wrong. Peach. Maybe that's why they did it.
What? Go because of that shit?
It's Peach.
I can see that. Some stupid shit.
There goes my superhero movie rant. I'm gonna clip that and we'll go viral for being dumb or something.
Yeah, there you go. That's all it takes. Yeah. 1 million viewers right there.
True. What's up next? Is it me that says the next thing? I think it is. I think it's the last thing as well. The Nintendo Direct that we had.
No, there's one. No. There's other. Well, we might as well get to do the Direct last. You put up the Final Fantasy review scores.
Oh, that's below this. My bad. I didn't scroll that far. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 16. Ironically, which I just talked about playing the demo and thinking it was boring, is getting
everybody loves it.
Phenomenal reviews. From top to bottom, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 9.5 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. So, needless to say, people are liking it.
You're in the minority, sir.
These games are just not for me. How like Soulsborns are also not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What else we got?
Next up, our boy Pip Extra. Yoko Shimomura confirmed that she is in charge of the music for Super Mario RPG Remake. For those who don't know, which is probably everybody but me and him, they did the music for the original.
Cool.
So, boom. That's that on that.
And then I guess we'll just say this last one and then go to the Nintendo. Yeah. June 23rd, 2023 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm assuming that is, it's 2 days from now on a Friday, so it's a work day. Obviously, it has to be in the middle of the day.
Of course.
Tune in for a sneak peek of some of our upcoming projects, partnerships, and events happening in 2023 for Sonic Central 2023.
Yeah. For those who don't remember, this is where we got that Sonic bling last time.
Jesus Christ, I
and
forgot
they showed
about
the new Sonic toys and stuff. So I guess it's just gonna be an update on Sonic shit.
Yeah. I feel like that was more for like marketing, you know what I mean? As opposed to like, hey, fans watch this, you know what I mean? Like it was more for like the executives at Target to be like, are we stocking those toys? Yes, we are, you know? Like that's what it felt like, but
what do we do with this diamond Knuckles head?
Straight to Amazon.
Yeah, right. Cool. I'm sure they'll just show more of that Sonic Superstars game and maybe some Sonic Frontiers DLC that's been rumored to be coming. Other than that, I have zero clue what they would be showing here. So that's not that we don't already know about. Besides, like maybe toys or some shit.
Yeah,
or more jewelry. I don't know.
There's got to be like an Eggman pendant with diamonds.
And now, if you wasn't blinged out enough, here comes Amy's head diamonds.
Here's our Dr. Eggman necklace, modeled by Dr. Eggman himself, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, right. That'd be crazy. And then it's like, who was that for? Like, buy this blinged out necklace, kid. Like, what the fuck? He's 7-year-old. Tell your parents.
Tell your parents you want to wear $300 around your neck in elementary school.
Yeah, like, where are you wearing it at?
Wear this to church. Sonic is Jesus.
Hand in hand.
God damn.
Nothing says luxury without diamond Sonic heads.
Oh shit. It's gonna be so bad. They're gonna do that too. We're gonna see jewelry on Friday and just be like, called it.
Yo, if they show more of that fucking jewelry, I'm joking. Like, I don't think that should still be a thing. I feel not enough people could have possibly bought that for them to bring more out.
They lost money on that for sure, dude.
They had to. Whatever, man. And this is a Sonic fan talking shit. Like, fuck that.
So today's Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. The Direct happened today.
Jesus.
We don't have to cover every game because it's a lot of mad, unimpressive shit in this Direct.
Obviously, we got some big ones though at the start. Yeah. With some DLC for both Scarlet and Violet. I don't understand what these are called. The Teal Mask and the Indigo Disc. And then Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. Those are all of the names of the DLC. So there's 3 total DLCs coming. I don't think they look good at all. This game looks horrendous. I'm sorry.
I'm about to say, this was the game that people already shitted on.
It's one of those things where it's like, I objectively don't like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, but I can look at it and be like, this is a visually beautiful game. Because they chose a style, they went with it, and they killed it. Pokemon sucks. It just looks like shit. I'm sorry. Like, they chose a style, and then they were like, what if we half-assed it? You know? Like, what if we just, we kind of did what we were trying to aim for, and then we just really focus on the Pokemon models, but they're not even that great in the first place either. And then voice acting, never gonna do that. Fuck that shit. That's for fucking nerds. Voice actors, I'm just gonna make this weird electrical feedback noise for a Pidgey. like fucking Pokemon's dumb. And then we will have voice acting. Pikachu, like the only fucking Pokemon that says his own name. Like it's fucking in canon in the shows that every Pokemon does that. And then in this stupid shit game of the mainline Pokemons, they all sound like fucking the noise that happens before a breakdown at an EDM festival. Like,
how many Pokemon are there now?
Too many.
Like, I just give me like a roundabout. Like,
I mean, we have the technology. How many Pokemon are there?
It's gonna say too many.
1,010.
What is? Oh God. I stopped at 251. 1,010. They did have to get all 1,010 voice actors, I guess.
Well, they wouldn't though, because like you just gotta do it one time, and then you're set for the rest of your games. And you made enough fucking money. You know?
They probably do this because they would have to dread every Pokemon game getting all the. Well, no, I guess you only would do it once. You would just take the noises from the last game.
Or the anime. Like, you're already paying people from the anime to do it.
Yeah, but all 1,010 Pokemon haven't been in the anime.
No, but you got a decent amount in there.
So only the ones who have been voiced you want to make noise?
No, I'm saying that they already have the files for that. Like, you have the audio file in which someone's saying, Squirtle, Squirt. So there's no way in hell that you don't have a way to just put that into the fucking game.
They gave it to Pikachu because he's the mascot. That's what it comes down
to. And
like,
Eevee too. Like, fuck, man. It's so dumb. Pokemon's stupid. Fuck Pokemon. It's my stance now.
Yeah, until the next one comes out.
Yeah, I've only played 10 minutes of this one, so no. My Switch is in my backpack, dead for the past 7 months.
That's more than I've played of Arceus, so still.
Don't play it. It's not worth it. It's okay.
All right. Next, we saw more Sonic Superstars. It's more of that. It's this pretty much the same shit.
Yeah, I think this looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
this is gonna be fun.
I'm gonna pick that up, of course.
It's also ironic to me that both Sonic gets a game where he's kind of like the character design almost looks chibi in a way, if that can be kind of a comparison. And then for the end of this list, the last thing that was shown, it also looked like a chibi version of that property to me.
Yeah, but yeah. That was their design choice for that game.
It looks like they literally designed them with the exact same style, almost as if like they could change the games that they're in with some bullshit DLC. But
well, this is like the Sonic one at least is like that's how he looked, or that was his size anyway on the Genesis games.
Yeah.
So like as for a classic Sonic game, design wise, it's really damn good for the characters.
Amy still throws me off. Seeing her look like that instead of just like the modern look is weird to me.
That's her OG look.
I feel like I've never seen that in my life, and it was like a Berenstein Bears situation where I'm like, that's never been a thing.
It was only a thing once in Sonic CD.
Then I definitely didn't play it.
Which is typically is pretty much Sonic 1.5 and before 2 came out.
Next up though, we got a couple that we can just kind of speed through. I'm gonna speed through until I get to one that I think is funny, and then we'll talk about the big one. So we have Palia, which is a free-to-play sim game where you grow crops, build houses, farming.
Of course.
Yeah,
because Nintendo can't not do that.
Yeah. Right after that was Persona 5 Tactica. It is a chibi version of Persona in a tactics-based fighting situation. After that, Myth Force. This one was interesting.
Interesting. Same time.
Yeah, we should do a podcast.
We should one day.
I don't know if like I'm gonna love this. I'm hoping that it comes to other things besides the Switch, but I don't think it will because it looks like it was exclusively made for the Switch with the way it looks. To be honest,
I mean, I'm trying to think. Who is this by? Hold on. Aspire and Beamdog. I haven't heard of Beamdog.
It's only on Switch. Sad.
It says only on Switch?
Yeah, it's only on Switch. But It looks interesting to say the least. It's inspired by Saturday morning cartoons, fantasy first person fight roguelike shooter with magic and shit like that. Very much Toon Shader over top of it.
It's
And it
very
looks very cool.
Thundercats.
Yeah, I mean even the logo is very Thundercats, so that kind of does that. And then the one I wanted to stop on that was funny before we get to the good one. Splatoon 3 Splatfest. It's going to be ice cream themed, whatever the fuck this is.
Woo.
I thought it was really funny, their ice cream selection. So can you read off the ice cream selection that you see in front of you? Because one of these doesn't look like the other.
The fuck? How do you...
It's just the thumbnail.
I know, but all right, strawberry is the first one vanilla, I'm assuming?
It is, yes.
And then the last one is mint chocolate chip?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, when you think of vanilla and strawberry ice cream, normally what do you think of as the third?
Chocolate.
Exactly.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan ice cream. Famous. Everybody knows this.
I don't know why that wouldn't be obvious.
But they did mint chocolate chip. Do you know why?
No, why?
Because in this game, you're shooting, obviously, these color flavors all over the board to, you know, capture your team thing. If it was chocolate, what would it look like?
Dookie.
It would look like a diarrhea-filled game. So they had to do mint chip instead.
They just need to be very careful with the shade of brown they use. That's all.
No, that's just different colored shit.
Well, Foam Stars, this is your time to shine. Strike now.
True. Next up, though, this is a big one, I think, and I think this one, I think that looked cool.
I never played the first one. I don't even get what kind of game it is. I guess it's like obviously a detective game.
Yeah.
But is it more like a game novel type like how do you play it? Like,
I don't know. But one thing I will say, voice acting. There's fucking voice acting in it for every Pokemon that shows up.
Oh, really? I didn't peep that.
Yep. Any Pokemon besides Pikachu, because obviously Pikachu has his own voice, they're saying their own name as like they're speaking for different scenes and shit. So
okay, now I'm definitely on your side. Why would they do it for this, but not mainline Pokemon?
That's what pissed me off. I saw it and I was like, you motherfuckers, you can do it. I don't know, man. It fucking pisses me off. Like when I heard Ludi motherfucking Colo say his name in a fucking video game, I'm like, and you're telling me you can't fucking get these characters voice acted? And you got Ludi fucking Colo too? The Pokemon that no one gives a fucking shit about from Ruby and Sapphire? I don't think so.
I don't know.
That's bullshit, in my opinion. Humble.
What else is bullshit? The kid in this game looks just dead in the face.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fine looking. I just interested because I think it's fun. I like the movie. So like I figured I would like this maybe in I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb.
Do you real quick, how do you screenshot on the computer? I forgot.
There's a application called Snipping Tool that you can use. I used to do that specifically. It should be automatically
there like a
installed.
hotkey you can hit?
There is, but I don't know where the screenshot goes once you do that.
Never mind. It's not important. It's not important.
All I was going to do Control and the print screen keys. No.
Fuck that. Anyway, it's not important.
Windows Shift S. That's what it is. Windows Shift S. We don't use no Mac in this house. Fuck the Mac.
There it is. Hold on.
Get that FN key out of here and effing get it out of my face.
Yep. Hold on. Fucking copy the... See, this is why it didn't matter. Because I can't even get it to do what I wanted it to do. Oh, there it is. Okay, go here. Paste. Boom. That kid is dead.
Yeah.
He is a corpse walking around.
That's a bad picture. It's not good. But let's get away from this scary kid and let you talk about the big one for you.
All right. Okay. Now, if you're a listener of this show, which I would assume you are if you're listening to me speak on this show
And you're this far in.
currently, yeah, I have been barking up this tree that I thought no one was up for how long? Since the show's inception?
I think so, yeah. About 3 years now?
About
Has
how
it been
much
3 years?
I asked for this game, and I never actually thought it would become anything. I never thought they'd revisit this. The most you'd get is just a port of it once they started putting those games on Switch. But one thing I did notice, and people online noticed, is that when they put all these classic Super Nintendo games on Switch, people were asking for like, well, where's Mario RPG? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Everybody, myself included, assumed it was a rights issue. Like maybe Square doesn't want to sign off because since they developed it, that they don't want to put in for this game. Whatever. It's a Super Nintendo game. You can play that ROM on anything that has a screen at this point. So imagine my surprise when you see the intro to the game pop up on this direct. And I'm like, oh shit. Cool. I mean, I can just play the game on my Switch now, I guess. Dope. Then the screen stops and this little light comes across the screen, shines, and it reveals a beautifully looking remastered Princess Peach sitting there. And at that point, my heart completely dropped out of my body. Like I saw it fall out of my pants leg onto the floor. And I was like, well, that's my heart right there. Dead. There was nothing left because I, in a million years, would not have thought they would have done this. They remastered this cult classic of a game that I've been asking for, which apparently they heard me because it wasn't many people outside of myself that I ever heard be like, we need a remaster of this game.
True.
To the point where I said it before the show started. I want that, but I never expect to get it. I even made the sad emoji
say that, yeah.
after what I said. And then it showed up. Chris.
So you're streaming, right? Yeah, you're gonna stream this?
I have to.
Yeah.
I streamed the first one.
Yeah, you did.
I mean the original, not the first one, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the OG.
I'm still kind of like, they did this? It's almost like, I know what I said, Nintendo, but y'all really did, y'all put resources in that?
Yeah.
But thank you.
Who was this developed by? Was it just all Nintendo, or does it say who?
I've been trying to figure that out since the reveal. I've been trying to figure out if Square is also in on it.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I haven't seen Square at all. Like,
yeah, the end of the screen, it just said. Oh wait, oh no.
No, it does. It says Square Enix.
It's at the bottom left.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's like right where the video is cut off. Nintendo Square Enix characters.
So that's, I think Gino.
Maybe it's just a deal then.
The blue wizard guy is a Square original character that they put in. But he's always been a fan favorite. They've been wanting Gino in things like Smash, and they just want. But he obviously didn't have enough. Like he didn't have enough clout as a character because this is all he's done.
Do you think that they put him in Mario Kart after the next pack comes out?
Nah. I think this would have to sell a whole lot, which would prompt them to make another one or some kind of adaptation of it, and then they would consider that character for stuff.
All right. Hell yeah.
But I
November
got on my
17th.
I got my hype out during the presentation. I've watched this trailer now like 4 or 5 times. Because it's just this unbelievable miracle to me. Yeah. And I know that's just to me, but it's just who the fuck would have thought? Right before the show, I said they need to make a Super Mario RPG remake or sequel. And then,
well, the answer of who would have thought was you. You would have thought.
Like, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, that doesn't exist. They didn't actually do that shit.
It will on November 17th. This year as well.
And that's another thing. This year,
Yep.
they're just like, fine, stop fucking bitching. Merry Christmas. There you go.
Literally.
I'll stop
Yeah.
asking for it.
That's not the only thing we got from the Mario family. We actually got 3 more games, I believe, 2 of which are right in a row here that were shown after it. One being a Princess Peach game.
Yeah.
Has that ever been a thing in Mario?
There was Super Princess Peach, and it was a DS game, I think. The platformer. She's never had some 3D game, so I didn't know how to take, like, it looks Mario-esque, but it's more so like they didn't give any details on it, so I don't even know really how to react to it other than to say, like, all right, I'm waiting for details, I guess.
Hell yeah. And then right after that, the Nintendo 3DS game Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is getting a remaster. And this one we didn't get a release date for, but the Peach one we got 2024, so pretty neat. I'm a big fan of Luigi's Mansion just as an idea. I watched a full playthrough of 3, I think it was, and I like fell in love with it. I was like, this is fucking sick. So I'd be down to play some OG ones because I never touched a Mario game really besides Yoshi's Island on Game Boy Advance. So that's about the only Mario experience I have. That and the Pic-10 at my orthodontist.
I remember those things.
Yeah. That was it.
It's amazing to me, and like you said, there's another Mario game, and we'll get to that. But right before this started, I said, with the movie being such a huge success, they'd be fools to not at least announce Mario something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the fact, and they're very strategic with how they did this, because it's not just Mario, it's all the characters from the movie. They have Mario, Peach, Luigi, Bowser, and then Mario, Peach, and Luigi got their own games. And in 2 of the games, you can play as all of them within the game.
True.
So they know exactly what they're doing. They probably had these done. It was like, that Mario movie is going to come out. Kids are going to see those characters, and we're going to put out games that not only have Mario, but the characters that were in the movie.
Now we just need a Donkey Kong remaster.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's been going for a minute. Like, I'm surprised that's not a thing yet.
But after all of that stuff, we kind of got into the mud of a Nintendo Switch Direct. Do you just want to rattle these off quickly?
Why the fuck are they putting the Arkham trilogy on Switch? Like, why? Okay, not why. I get why, but who's going to play it there?
I don't think many people, unless it's a good port, because I don't know if you remember with the Steam ports of this, they were not that good. They had a lot of issues day one when they came out on PC. So I'm curious to see if they are good ports of the game, if that makes sense. That's all I'm interested in. I'm not buying this by any fucking means. Like, I have the games on Steam. They work on Steam now, even though they didn't back then.
I have the trilogy on PlayStation.
Isn't that part of PlayStation Plus?
I don't know. I have the actual, like, the disc.
But yeah, I mean, it's neat that it's coming, but it's also like, I don't know. I feel like these games, no offense to the games, but they're kind of past their prime in the sense that we're not going to get anything like this anytime soon, even though Gotham Knights was in my opinion, worthy successor. Nobody gave a shit about it. So it kind of, fell off. I'm curious to see if we did get like a new Arkham game, like in the actual main line of the game, how it would do nowadays. You know what I mean? Because I feel like while this was great for its time and it definitely holds up, I think games have evolved to a certain point where like the gameplay of that game doesn't feel right compared to like how Spider-Man did it. Because Spider-Man did it in a way where it made sense how the character moved. If you look back at the Batman game, the way he moved was kind of fucking weird. Like it wasn't. It was very stiff. It was also insane the amount of distance he could cover. Like he would literally just be at one person and then dive over to another. But he was like across the room, and I'm like, you don't have superpowers, my guy. Like,
right.
Not to like say it was bad. It was very exaggerated in Batman at the time, and this is my Batman. If I had to pick one, so like it's fine. but I don't know how it would do nowadays compared to the other games that are making their way out in the superhero genre. Yeah.
All right.
Next
Let's blast through these. Gloomhaven, dungeon crawling game. Looks very dungeon crawly. Apparently got good reviews because they show all the reviews at the end of the trailer. Comes out September 18th this year. Just Dance 2024. I mean, I don't think we have to tell you guys what Just Dance is at this point.
I'm so annoyed that these are still a part of these. So annoying.
They sell to normies. So
that's fine, but like normies aren't watching this. You know? Like normal people in the world that buy Just Dance as like their one game, and that in like 1-2 Switch, are not watching a Nintendo Direct 45-minute direct with farming simulators and all.
True. You're right.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to be in this. But whatever. They need their ad space for fucking Ubisoft, I guess.
Yep. After that, we got Silent Hope, is a new little JRPG action game, which has, you guessed it, farming and cooking and stuff in it also. And if you didn't get enough of that, next, Fae Farm, which is another farming dungeon crawly build your town game that's been at like, I feel like the last 3 directs. Like what with this game, it's the farming game that'll never come out.
Yeah.
Well,
and then after that was Hot Wheels 2, which that is a farming simulator as well, if you didn't know.
What it is?
No.
Oh, I was about to say, wait a second, did I miss that? Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. That would have been crazy though. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 comes out October 19th, 2023.
Is it weird that I love the idea of that, but I don't think I'll ever play that game?
Same.
Like
it looks
it's fun, one of those things where like you're a kid and you have all these Hot Wheels and like this is what you imagine in your head.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm never gonna spend money on this game. And that's crazy to me. Because it's like this is literally the thing I've always wanted.
You know what this is? This is for the aunt, uncle, grandparent who needs to buy a Christmas gift for their kid type game.
Yeah, that fits that really well.
And it's not that it's a bad game. It's just like it has the mind share. You know what Hot Wheels is. You look at it like, oh, Billy likes cars.
One thing that'd be cool about this is if they would make it where you buy a Hot Wheel in store and it would have like a QR code or something and you would unlock that in the game. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I mean, oh, dude, you could do like the fucking Mystery Machine with Batmobile. I have a bunch of Hot Wheels up on my wall.
I get why they wouldn't do it though, because that's so many. They gotta get all these rights and licensing. All that
I mean, technically, they already own the licensing to be producing the plastic/metal toy in theory.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. This game I was surprised by because I think that this might be something that people in my friend group get and play.
Yeah, because it's like Overcooked, except it's all like you're a mechanic.
Yeah, Manic Mechanics, pretty much Overcooked, but you're in a car dealership, and you're like fixing cars, building engines and shit. It's very cool looking, couch co-op game. I think that there's a lot of stuff that they added into this that I think would be fun and Overcooked. Like one of them was that they spilled like oil on the ground and you can slip and fall. That 1000% should be in like an Overcooked type game where like you're making soup. And if you move too quickly with the soup when you're taking it out to the table, you drop it on the floor or some shit, and then that has to get cleaned up.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
But that's just me. I think it looks like a good game that luckily I won't have to spend money on, but I might get to experience through my friends who buy those type of games.
There you go. It'll work.
Next
DLC. Up, Mario Rabbids DLC. The Last Spark Hunter. I guess it's trying to think of what it's just more a new area to adventure through, new enemies. That's all I got out of that. I have both those games, have not even played 10 minutes of them. Not that I didn't want to, it's just something took precedent every time.
Yeah.
Next up, More Square Enix. Dragon Quest Monsters was announced, which is just Dragon Quest making a Pokemon game. So if you like Pokemon and you like Dragon Quest, do I have the game for you? Dragon Quest Monsters.
It looks like you can combine the monsters too, which is pretty cool.
Make them do it.
You can do what's the card from Yu-Gi-Oh that they always use when they would like fuse the two to get polymerization or whatever. It was like the fucking greenback with the orange spirits flying around.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, that was cool. After that, we had Pikmin 4, a lengthy discussion where I think the biggest thing that they talked about was the fact that you can go out at night now, and that was never really a thing in Pikmin before. Apparently, I've heard. So now you get the
never
night
played
option.
a Pikmin.
Neither have I. I just did some research, but it
People
wasn't
seem to
enough.
like it. I never played it.
Yeah. This is like the closest I think I'd ever get to playing a farming simulator game, because I feel like this is, no offense to Pikmin, but it's practically just a farming game. You're just pulling little dudes out of the ground, and then they solve puzzles for you. But it's practically a farming game.
There's a Game Boy SP in it. Never mind. We gotta play this.
Yeah, I saw that bit. That was pretty neat. I also do like the new Pikmin that they showed off. That's like a little ghosty one. It's pretty fucking cute. I'm not gonna lie. It's much cuter than the actual Pikmin to me. Like, it's just like a little ghost. Looks like Casper with like a green hue. Like it's a little cute guy. But after that, they showed off Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, which gives us Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and Snake Eater. All three of those games, and it's only volume 1, so that means they're definitely going to be making more. But that will be coming to the eShop on the 24th.
They're also giving you the original Metal Gear, like the 8-bit one and the NES one.
Oh yeah. Why don't they have that on the front?
I don't know.
The thumbnail. That's so weird.
I don't know.
Dumb.
Nintendo also, next up, Nintendo decided, like, hey, let's get that popular game 2 years ago, Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could play this thing on anything at this point, but it's on Switch, August 17th.
Why not do it on Switch? Waka waka. This next one, it lost me.
Rhythm, the pigeons. Headbangers Rhythm Royale. You and 29 other pigeons compete against each other in a musical battle. You can grab a copy of the rhythm game starting October 31st, 2023. It comes out on Halloween.
Yeah. So this is pretty much just Fall Guys, but a rhythm game.
Yeah.
And no offense, but it doesn't look good. Like, compared
to party
Fall
game.
Guys.
You got a bunch of family over and you just throw this on.
But it's not like a party game. It's like a battle royale. It's you versus 29 people.
I thought you could play it like couch co-op.
You might be able to, but I don't think that's like the main thing of it, if that makes sense.
They should make this free to play.
I think that would be the best option for them, and then do like a fucking battle pass like how Fall Guys does now, and then just have different outfits for each of the pigeons. I mean, it kind of looks like that might be what it is, to be fair. But for me, I don't think that this is going to be something that I get at all. So I'm just going to let this one go straight on past me, and I'll just play Fall Guys instead, because that one is good. So, yeah.
Got it.
Next one was pretty fucking cool looking.
I want to play this. This is a very ant charactered platformer game.
It started off, I did not like the look of it, and then I immediately started liking it over time with the trailer. But
I want to play this. And then they said it's made by the people who made Sonic Mania. So I'm like, well, now I have to play it.
True. So Penny's Big Breakaway is a new 3D platformer coming to Nintendo Switch sometime in early 2024. It's a 3D platformer. You have like a yo-yo that is like your main form of traversal and weaponry. There's a lot of cool little things that you can do with it, like swinging from it. One was like it made it into like a motorcycle, I think, which was pretty neat. And you know, you're facing some fucking penguins for some reason, but it's very colorful, very fucking pretty looking, and just a simple puzzle platformer. It looks like nothing crazy, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't look like it's breaking the mold in any way. It's kind of just like, hey, remember that really cool game that we made? What if it was our own character?
Yeah,
Here you go.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I'm interested in it enough to like look into it.
Mm-hmm. I will say the character design is a little strange looking. Like I don't really, I don't really get what the main character's supposed to be.
A person with a weird hat.
Yeah, like they almost look like a colonial person. You know what I mean? Like with like the powdered wig almost. But then like they're in a kingdom that is majoritively defended by penguins. So like I don't really understand. And then like the architecture don't make much sense because it kind of looks like Aladdin a little bit.
It's like the penguins are like the Goombas of this game.
What does the thumbnail look like for this again? One sec. I gotta refresh the page and scroll down to this because I hope the thumbnail looks the exact same as what I saw. Where the fuck did it go? Where's the link? The link is gone. They updated the link.
What?
Oh wait, no, there it is. No. All right, so you see the thumbnail or did you hit the play button?
No, I see the thumbnail.
So if you look on the right side of the thumbnail, in that like little like tower, tell me that don't look like Cap and Crunch on that ladder right there.
Oh shit, it does.
That looks like Captain Motherfucking Crunch.
I'm also just peeping in the background in the clouds, that big penguin, that faded chunky penguin up there.
Yeah.
Like a king penguin. A kingwin.
I don't know what any of this is, man. It's weird. I like the look of it though.
Yeah.
Next up, some Mario Kart DLC. You got 3 new characters, one from Double Dash, the piranha guy, then the fucking dude that's the wizard, whatever his name is. That guy, and then a fucking worm.
Wiggler.
Worm.
Yep.
That's it.
Here's more not Mario Kart 9 for you.
Yeah. The map was kind of cool though.
For 8.
Huh? The new track that they showed off, I did like, because it reminded me.
Track?
You know what it reminded me of?
Being in the tub and shit and playing with toys.
Micromaniacs Racing.
We might have to play it just because. I might have to get this and have you over and we just play it because.
It's so similar. No, it's close, but it's not the same thing. I don't know what this next one is. I think I missed this.
Star Ocean and the Second Story R. It's a remake of the second Star Ocean game. They were really popular turn-based RPGs in the PS1 days.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played them. I heard good things about them. I've never played one though. This actually didn't look bad to me. Obviously, maybe it could 90% of it might be because I'm a sucker because it's 2D style. Mm-hmm. But the actual action looks fun. I don't know. This isn't anything I'm gonna like break my neck to go get and play. But if they put out a demo or this somehow goes dumb cheap to play, I can see myself fucking around with it if I have time.
Hell yeah.
But there's way too much shit coming out. So I don't know.
I agree entirely. This next one was kind of disappointing to me. Because I really love WarioWare. And the reason this one disappointed me is because this should have been the one we got from the start. Not that bullshit one that they put out where you have to play as the little fucking characters that were like, one was constantly fucking jumping and another one did this and that. Like, dumb. Stupid, bad. That was a bad way to do WarioWare. This makes more sense. That being said, it was very fucking cringe of a trailer. Like, the ending of this, when the dude was just like
putting his hands, yeah.
Like when that was happening, and like when they showed like the real humans playing next to the game, like those moments, I was just like, come on, man. Like, I know I'm gonna look like an idiot playing this if I get it, but don't show that to me. Let me experience in real time, like me looking like a goofball. I don't want to see this fucking guy who got paid $12 and a fucking 7-Eleven sandwich to fucking come in here and go like this and wiggle. Like, fuck, man.
7-Eleven sandwich.
Listen, their 7-Elevens are good in Japan. I want to go.
That's true. Yeah, that's valid then.
But that comes out November 3rd. I think that would be something that we could maybe get, because that's like a good game. Like, it's a good version of WarioWare. It's funny as well. If we play it, I think maybe, I don't fucking know. But the big game, the final game. Tell me this wasn't made by Ubisoft. This looks like it was fucking made by Ubisoft, dude.
I don't.
The style is just.
I wouldn't say that. I would only, you know what? It's striking because I can see where you say it. You know what? I can see where you say that, but I think it's just more striking because they finally changed the style, which I've been waiting for, of the whole new Super Mario Brothers games.
Yep.
That they've had since DS. They've had the same style Mario in all these 2D games. Like, really think about how long ago that is. When did Nintendo DS come out? Nintendo DS.
I was in middle school, I believe. So
2004.
I was
2004.
close.
I'm looking at it. You are. It came out in 2004. It is 2023. They almost had the same style Mario for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
In his 2D art.
Yeah.
And they finally switched it up. I'm obviously the market for this, so I'm very much interested in this game.
It looks fun.
It looks very fun. It looks very fast paced. I love the art. I love the change in the artwork, especially on Mario. He's way more expressive and everything. I think it looks great. Looks fantastic. There's one enormous flaw, and that's the release date.
Yeah. I think it was CLD who called it out before everyone, so I want to give him credit where credit is due. This game comes out on October 20th, 2023.
I'm not even, if I'm not going to play this on the release date, you know there's a problem.
And if you don't know what that means, you're out of the loop. This is the same exact day that Spider-Man 2 comes out for PS5. I don't know why they decided that, man. Like, I'm not trying to be like rude or anything, but like I always have felt that Nintendo is kind of stupid with like some of the stuff that they do. No, it works, but they do some stupid shit.
No, they do.
This is the stupidest thing I've seen. And the thing that I'm most concerned about, and people in our fantasy league, we were kind of talking about it. I was saying, like, I'm curious what this does to the review score, because they're going to the reviewers are going to get this game alongside of Spider-Man, because they'll probably get their early release copies and shit. And they're going to be so focused on Spider-Man that I don't think that this game, one of the two games is going to take a hit. I think it's going to be this one in the score department, because I feel like someone's going to be skewed because they're like recency bias or some shit.
I don't think it'll be, because the way they do this at these game publications is they have a Nintendo guy or the PlayStation guy or the Spider-Man guy or the Mario guy, the RPG guy, the sports game guy. So the person playing this game is less interested in Spider-Man and more interested in this.
Could be interested in both. You never know.
You could be interested in both, but all I'm speaking to is your review score argument.
I am curious to see, though. Do you think this game gets a better score than Spider-Man review-wise? Obviously, it's comparing apples to oranges, but it's like,
yeah, it's hard.
If you were to just base it off.
I think it'll get a very good score. I can't compare. Like
we're not comparing at all. I'm more so comparing like the situation of like, do you think it's gonna get a better score than Spider-Man because of just being Mario? You know what I mean?
No,
like I feel like that,
because when it comes to Mario, like I feel like unless it's too similar to the new Super Mario Brothers games, then it'll get a knock, because it'll be like, well, like, while it's a new art style and while it's this and while it's that, they haven't broken the mold. They haven't reinvented the wheel here.
True.
Where I think
Spider-Man either.
I don't think Spider-Man 2 is going to reinvent the wheel, but it's just improving on every single thing. Like, and this could very well do the same. So with that said, it's just hard to answer that question. I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see. Like that, for me, I'm not worried about it. Like, I don't even know if I'm bidding on it personally for it to be in my lineup. Like, I could. I think we also added RPG in, even though it's technically a remake, we can like overwrite it in our specific league. So I think that will definitely be bid on this week. But I don't even think I want this Mario Bros game, because no offense to Mario, but it's just a lot of the same shit. And like the most that I saw that was like different in this between like other Mario games I've seen is the fucking weird ability that you actually go on mushrooms and the whole world becomes like juicy, like from the Tenacious D movie. And then the elephant thing, and then the stretching body thing. But I don't think any of those three things are like super new to the point where it's gonna be like, oh my god, that's so cool that they do that, you know? Like,
but
nothing's gonna be Kirby, you know?
I think, well, that's because they took Kirby and put him in 3 dimensions, which was new for Kirby. But I think that it's still a safe bet because if there's something they're going to get right, it's Mario, gameplay wise, and you have to also think about the fact that yes, we are all hyper focused on Spider-Man, obviously, but there is still an audience who's, especially the young kids, who's going to get this. There's still that audience who, like, this is what they live for. This is what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I'm also curious to see who's got more gameplay people on it on Twitch that day. I think that's going to be interesting.
Spider-Man.
I don't know.
Come on, for sure. Spider-Man.
The speedrunning community, Spider-Man's not that like interesting to watch everyone play.
I can tell you why it's going to be Spider-Man, because the majority of people who would be playing this versus Spider-Man would be younger kids or someone who is just a Mario streamer.
Yeah. There are a lot of those though. That's why I'm thinking like there's still people that play Mario 64 every day. And I'm like, I believe that. I don't get it. It's a big community, but I don't know if it's. I also don't know if Spider-Man's it's not a good streaming game. I don't think. Like it's one of those things where like it's just a story, you know, and like if you watch someone else play it, you're pretty much just spoiling the story. At least for me, I'm not watching someone on Twitch play it. I'm watching like a YouTube playthrough with like nobody talking or some shit. You know, if I don't have a PS5 and I have no way to touch this game. That's what I'm doing because that just makes sense as opposed to fucking Joe Obama who's playing on a fucking Tuesday afternoon. Obama. You know,
but that's another good art. Like, there's more Switches in the wild than there are PS5s.
Yeah.
So
sales wise, I think that Mario wins because Spider-Man, while it's big, it's like mathematically there are less PS5s than there are Switches. So like just from that and knowing how many people will get this for Switch compared to people who even have a PS5 to be getting Spider-Man 2 since it's PS5 exclusive. Like little apples to oranges unless they release a PS5 that's cheap around the holidays, which probably they're coming back to stores and shit. You can get it on Amazon now for the regular price. So, you know.
Yeah. I was in Best Buy the other day and there were just PS5s in there.
Yeah. People aren't buying them because they're expensive, but I don't know.
It was the Call of Duty bundles in there. But I as far as this game, I'm looking forward to this game. I won't be playing this game on the day it comes out, but I'm looking forward to having something to play once I'm done with Spider-Man, which still kind of fucks me up because Mario RPG comes out in November. So I'd have to like beat Spider-Man relatively quick.
Yeah.
Play the Mario Bros. Wonder game, but be done with that by the time Mario RPG comes out.
Honestly, you might need to request stuff for Spider-Man.
Everybody look at me. Y'all know who I am. I can't play all these games that are in front of me. And I have to play 3 in a month.
Press some days off, yo.
Chris, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then Starfield comes out fall.
To be fair, I feel like Starfield is going to be kind of like a Tears of the Kingdom, if not worse. When there's like...
But definitely worse.
It's just going to be there's too much to do. So, like, Starfield, I feel like, even if you didn't play it right on launch, even if I played it for 64 hours in a row, I would not even be scratching the surface because I'm probably going to be all over the fucking place in that game. So, I think that's a safer bet that's going to be okay, but I feel like I think I did. I got to double check, but I'm pretty sure that I requested off the day that it comes out, Spider-Man. And I don't think you get the extra day early for the pre-order. I don't think they did that for this game. But I'm going to probably do the Monday as well. Because I'm going to need Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to fucking do that shit. Because I am not getting spoiled. I refuse to be spoiled for those games. Those ones I need to fucking platinum myself before I even see it on social media. But I'm excited as fuck for it, to say the least.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this new Mario looks good though.
It does, and I'm excited to see more of it. It looks beautiful, like graphically. Yeah, this coming out when it's coming out leads me to believe that we're not getting new 3D Mario until the next Switch.
Oh yeah, this kind of confirmed it for me.
This would have been, if it would have came out, it would have came out now in place of this, or this would have been an accessory to that. True. But we're 3D Mario. We don't see that until the next Switch, or
the next movie.
True, or the next movie. I also guessed this in the chat before the show.
You did do that.
Wait, where is it at? I'd say a new 2D Mario, maybe, or some kind of remaster remake.
Both. You got both.
This like, y'all watch this show. Everybody needs to hire us.
Because if not, we're gonna guess shit too soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna leak it.
Right. By accident.
Yeah. Honestly, that's just gotta be what our Twitter becomes. Like, we gotta just make our Twitter like a leaked information. This is coming, and it's just us guessing shit, and then we'll delete the tweets or change them and edit them
like, what if
we're wrong. Yeah, that's how you become the most trustworthy leaks channel.
True that. But that was a Nintendo Direct, everybody.
Yes, it was, and that was the news.
Needless to say, I had a good time for the Nintendo Direct for those 2 games that I want.
If I had to give it a rating if you had to give it a rating out of 10,
as far as a Direct goes,
yeah.
I'm scrolling back through stuff. 7. Because there was legitimate surprises in it. The last couple Directs have just been like Splatoon, Pikmin, farming simulator.
Yeah.
So by comparison, and then even with the future stuff, they got things like the Luigi's Mansion remake that's coming out, whatever this Peach game is. Like, there's like legit stuff that's exciting for people, even if you're not into it. Even the Pokemon DLC, while we don't give a fuck about it, there's people out here who probably are shitting themselves for that. There's a new property in here with that Penny's Big Breakaway thing. Pikmin 4 is a big deal for people. I don't get Pikmin, but it's a thing for people. So as far as that, if I think about it outside of myself and our little circle, this is probably a really good Direct, all things considered.
I'm giving it a 6.
Because what else would you like? They would have had to, for it to be like a 10 for me, they would have had to have those 2 things. 3D Mario, like they'd have had to bring Star Fox back, Metroid Prime 4. Then I'd be like, oh my good, like I need to leave work because I can't contain myself. It would have been that kind of shit.
My pants are soiled. I wore my blue pants when I should have worn the white.
Exactly. But so I say 7 just because of the surprise factor and the things that mean things to other people.
I say 6 because there are 6 things that I would actually play.
That's a good way to do it too.
That's the only way I could figure it out. I was like, let me count how many I would actually play here.
They could have turned this shit off after Mario RPG, and I'd have been like, whoa, I'm good.
That would have been a good way to end it, honestly. I'm surprised that they didn't end it on RPG and
because they're going to end it on the brand new game.
Well, no, I mean, like, do RPG as the remake and, like, make it quick. Like, it was kind of a quick trailer. Nothing's, like, shocking that they showed. And then immediately go into the new 2D Mario and then end it there. Just be like, Mario, that's all you thought you were getting? Fuck you. Here's a new 2D game. And then
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that'd be kind of cool, that direction. But it's, Mario is cool. I'm not a big Mario guy, but hey, 6 out of 10. That's what I say.
I'm not mad at
Waka
you.
waka.
But, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show.
Yeah,
that
is the show.
We appreciate you for being here with us always.
New Patreon episode will be recorded probably tomorrow for you guys. If you guys want to check that out, we'll probably be making a list of games I should play because my dumbass is already playing fucking Cyberpunk again. So
true that.
There goes that. Maybe I'll stop playing that, play something else instead. I might play Inscription tonight as well. It is getting late, but like I think that'd be kind of funny to play the scary game late because it came out on PlayStation Plus today. And I downloaded it, so it's ready to go.
It's time.
Maybe I'll set up this light, turn off that light, so it's all spooky dark.
Nice.
And then we'll play a card game.
Adrian has been telling me to bring her something upstairs for the last hour. She's going to stab me in my sleep.
Jesus Christ.
And that's like, no, we're almost done.
She's gonna be like, you remember when I hand you that controller on Sunday and let you play games, bitch?
Never again. You'll never see the light of games.
Next Father's Day, I'm super gluing your hands to the goddamn table.
Try to play something now. Where's your Mario now?
That's probably when you'll be playing the new Mario game next Father's Day.
Probably, finally.
Yeah. Well, if you'd like to follow us, do it on all our social media platforms. Say letter B number 4 quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Titty. You can get some Titty Gang merch over at saybeforequitting.com. And then we're going to have some new stuff probably coming soon. We got to buy a green screen first, so we definitely got to sell some shirts, goddammit. And then what else do we got? patreon.com/say letter B number 4 quitting, where you get 2 extra episodes a month. And sometimes they're not gaming related, sometimes they're super serious. Sometimes, the majority of the times, I am extremely high.
Yeah, so you can bet on that.
I had a really good high idea today that I sent Ann. And it might become a skit. We'll see what happens.
We can make it happen. Yeah.
It'll be funny. Plus, we won't need a green screen for it, luckily.
Thankfully.
Yeah, we could just do something that's goofy with a singular light for funsies. Holy shit.
Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought? And we don't even need to, like, get a cameraman or anything. All we got to do is just set up a fucking phone. That's it. And then I just edit it, and it's 30 seconds long, probably.
It's done.
And then it's funny, and it's good, and maybe people like it. We'll see what fucking happens next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yep, Quitter Ball Z. Quitter balls.
That's the show. But before you quit your balls,
don't do it.
Make sure you always
save before quitting balls.
We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Same balls channel. Same balls time.
Balls channel.
Balls.
It's balls.
This is the best post-credit scene.
Yeah. It's balls time, ladies and gents.
Did you see? I think I sent it to the fucking Say Before Quitting dank memes where it was the fact that LeBron James had to get a stunt double to do fucking to play basketball against cartoons.
Yes, I did see that. That's hilarious.
This is my fucking favorite shit I've ever seen. I'm like, that's what you do, man. Like, I don't know.
The concept is hilarious.
Yeah, it was also funny because like Trevor came in and was like, stunt workers are great. I'm like, I agree. But the man doesn't need a stunt worker. That's what he does. That's all he
that's all he does. It's his one thing.
I don't know, man. Also, that movie wasn't that great, if I remember correctly.
It wasn't. It was not.
Damn. Well, that's your post-credit scene talking about LeBron needing a what's it called? I don't even know words anymore.
It's a fucking trash man needing a stunt double to pick up trash.
Yeah. You're trash, Bron, bitch.
That's the thing that's going to reach Bron. That's the thing that finally gets us attention.
He gets shut down. He buys the Say Before Quitting copyright and just fucking shuts us down.
Damn it. Damn it, Bron. Just one step ahead.
stunt double did it for him.
Yeah, before he takes that step ahead, you need to call that stunt double.
All right, I'm gonna end it there.